All right. Okay, welcome back. So we're going to go into the second half of this thing. Why Ecomi is going to go absolutely viral. So I read a book called Contagious, Why Things Catch On by Jonah Berger. And in that book, it talks about six steps, or steps, STEPPS. And then he breaks down each one of those as to why things go viral. And not everything has to have all of them, but it has to have some of them. But I want to show you that I believe Ecomi has all of them, which I'm shaking my head. I don't even know what that'll mean. I have no idea. But what I can tell you is it's going to mean possibly some damn good things. So in the book, it has I shared the example of the blender. The other one that I remembered from the book was it talked about Barclay Prime. It was a restaurant that wanted to stand out, and I think they were in New York, and they basically offered cheesesteaks, Philly cheesesteaks, like everybody else. But they wanted to stand out above the crowd, so they basically created a $100 Philly cheesesteak. And it created some crazy fervor because people were like, well, what the heck is that cheesesteak selling for $100? But they went in to build something that was amazing. It was awe-inspiring, and it had a lot of the components of the steps, and people were excited to go and try it. And so it created quite a bit of backdrop and fervor that got people wanting to share and actually go and try it themselves. And so that's what I think we're going to build here with Ecomi and the VV application. Is we're going to get a lot of these components all in one place. Let me explain some of these things. So where was I? So in the book, Contagious. We're going to go back. Here we go. So let's see here. What does it say about it? Why do certain products and ideas go viral? Dynamic young Wharton professor Jonah Berger draws on his research to explain the 6 steps that make products or ideas contagious. Why do some products get more word of mouth than others? Why does some online content go viral? Word of mouth makes products, ideas, and behaviors catch on. It's more influential than advertising and far more effective. Can you create word of mouth for your product or idea? I think Ecomi can. So I got this little bit of information here off the internet. We're going to go through some of this. So we've got social currency is the S in steps. And social currency pertains to the trends that are happening in the reader's environment. It's less about the trend itself, however, and more about the idea that a person's social status is dependent on the information they have. The most valuable content is content which can be shared. So is Ecomi creating social currency? And I wrote a little something. I think Ecomi is sharing your NFT in an AR and real-world input on your social medias will introduce the cool factor, instantly creating social currency. So I think we definitely hit on social currency. Triggers. So like a trigger is a word, phrase, or image associated with a message. Ultimately, anything that reminds your audience of your product or brand is a trigger. Oh gosh, do I even need to go into it further? Ecomi partnered with brands that everybody knows, loves, and would love to interact with. Also, the word NFT is a hot button. Licenses and IP from a wide range of industry will trigger everyone in some way. So I think it's got at least those two. And in the book, it says that if you can hit one of these things, you can go viral. But having two of them. So S and T, done. E, emotion. The third element in Berger's viral formula is emotion. Not surprisingly, people share things that they care about. They share because they care. Emotions of awe and excitement drive people to share content, which means that you should probably avoid anything that's sad or negative. Okay, that just goes into more about that. So Ecomi, the awe factor, will be the emotion when you can drive your NFT, get inside of it, and interact with a new world like Ready Player One. This immersive and interactive world will cause many emotions. I agree. I think emotion will be massive because you're not just talking about, something that you see or heard. Now you're actually fully involved in it. Public. If it's built to show, it's built to grow. That's what he says in the book a lot. To describe the public element in the 6 steps here, keep his mantra in mind in creating content, public events, and news. I think that Ecomi is the part about public is the showroom, is a place where you can showcase the things you have collected in the world. This is the place where you are able to show off your cool shit and show everyone that you have the biggest and the coolest collection on the planet. With the implementation of different scenes for your showroom and different draperies, including wall decor, this will give you a built-to-show look. So I think that's the public side of it, is we are able to show the world all of our stuff that we've been collecting. That's where, regular collectibles, you couldn't do that. You had to have your friends come over, you had to take a picture and send it, or you had to put it on your socials. But now this is a full-on immersive environment that we are now allowing people to come see our cool showrooms. So, practical value. Where can you provide practical value? Apart from being in the know, people also want to be helpful and informative as they share. So are you giving value to somebody when you share the product or idea? With Ecomi, I think you're sharing. You could obviously share the investment idea, so you can share the NFT, the token, the community. List goes on. Ecomi is building a universe that will not only catch the collectors but also the investors and the flippers. The value is immense. I think so. That's kind of amazing. We're catching all of these. Stories is the last one. Great storytelling is the key to content and marketing. Information is absorbed best when it is incorporated into a story, because stories can actually change how we think and feel. It's science. I think that the Ecomi will hit the stories. They're going to be told when you're walking around with your NFTs and you're driving them and you're showing them, and you're going to be telling the stories of your collection. And you can do it through your socials. You can do it through in person. Think about it. I did it with my friend the other day when I took a picture of him in augmented reality with Ultraman. So the stories will tell and share and move things. And so that's the steps. When content goes viral, it may seem like luck or chance, but in reality, these 6 steps are key. Which of Berger's tips are you already implementing in your brand? And so this goes on to talk about that. But I think that's it. So it's stories, practical value, public, emotion, triggers, and social currency. And in the book, he never talks about anything that is ever it ever catches all of those. But I think Ecomi is catching every single one of them. And that's where I think we're going to have massive viral movement, which is going to equate to lots and lots of dollars. So hooray for everybody. Hooray for you, and hooray for me, and everybody else who's involved. And I guess this is where we say, I'll see you on the moon.